Ahead on Daytime Buffalo, you can party with a purpose for WINC Buffalo and their latest initiative with Mezzo Alliance. And we acknowledge our veterans with the Buffalo Warriors Hockey League. It's all coming up right now on Daytime Buffalo. Good afternoon, hello, and welcome to Daytime Buffalo. I'm your host, Chelsea Lavelle. WINC Buffalo is hosting an adult prom to give back to Mezzo allies, and you can help them party for a purpose. I'm joined now by members of both organizations to tell us more about it. Welcome Jamie, Chris, Kate, and Lori. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. I want you guys to first tell us about both of your respective organizations, WINC Buffalo and Mezzo Allies, and what the missions are in our community.
Yeah. So I'm Kate Gannon. I am the co-founder and CEO of Mezzo Allies. Our mission is to bridge the gap to safety for victims of family-controlled human trafficking and organized abuse.
Okay. I'm Chris from WINC Buffalo, one of the co-founders, and WINC Buffalo is women inspired through networking and collaboration, a women's networking group here in Buffalo that does a philanthropic event once a year that gives back to a local charity that benefits women or children.
Okay. Now, Kate and Lori, you mentioned family-controlled human trafficking. So do you want to explain to us what that is and also how prevalent it is?
Yeah. So I actually am a survivor of family-controlled human trafficking myself. Family-controlled human trafficking is simply when a family member or caregiver is a victim's trafficker or exploiter. Often we see this with a parent or a guardian, and it makes victims a very unique kind of stuck when that is the situation. The prevalence.
Yeah, the statistic is 41% of all trafficking survivors report that a family member or caregiver was their first trafficker, which is very different than what we typically think about when we're thinking about child sexual exploitation. Mm-hmm. We also know that 60% of child pornography images, now called child sexual abuse materials, 60% represent kids under the age of 11, which we have to ask ourselves, then how are people gaining access to children that young if a parent or caregiver is not involved?
I see. So, you know, what makes this form so complex?
Yeah, when the parent or caregiver is the person who is the exploiter, children are stuck in a very unique and powerful way. Caregivers can keep kids out of school, they can deny them medical care, they have full and complete access to children to do whatever horrendous things they want to do. And when often this kind of trafficking is generational, and so when everyone in a child's world is part of this system, where are they to look for a different narrative?
Chris and Jamie, why does WINC Buffalo feel so strongly about giving back to this cause?
Yes, every year, like Chris had said, we do a way to give back. And this year, many of our members had listened to the podcast, The Ugly Truth About the Girl Next Door. And so from there, many of our members listened to the story. We had Kate and Lori come to one of our meetings and spoke, and we decided that this was a good cause to give back to.
Alrighty, so we have Prom 2.0 coming up. Tell us about that event and what people can expect.
Mm-hmm. Well, Prom 2.0 came from an idea between Chris and I, and we decided that it was a way to go back in the decades. You know, think about your 80s, 90s, and 2000s. We want to celebrate prom if you were able to go, if you weren't able to go, and relive it. So we decided that a prom was a way to give back this year.
Nice, and we're seeing some promposals. Really throwing us back.
We're excited to dress up and just dance and have fun. We actually have Nicholas Pickles as our DJ, nice. So we know it's going to be a lot of fun on the dance floor.
So what are the proceeds going towards?
100% is going to Mezzo Allies, so yeah.
Do you guys want to talk about what funding like this means to what you guys are trying to do and how you continue to help people?
Yeah, absolutely. So a big part of Mezzo Allies is education and awareness. What we found out in the community and in the world at large is that people are not talking about this kind of trafficking. We're talking more about, like Lori said, that teens and tweens, 12 to 18 range, lured off the street, lured off the internet, but we're not talking about when it's happening within families. And so a big part of what we do is educating the helpers of the world. So social workers, law enforcement, healthcare workers, anybody who is in a position to help a child or a victim, we want to educate them, tell them what it is that makes this different. So a lot of our proceeds will go back to that. Also direct support. We support advocates and allies in the community when they are walking alongside a survivor. So yeah, it's going to be an amazing night. I actually didn't get to go to prom because of my terrible upbringing. I didn't get to go, so this is my first time.
Yeah, this is a fun night. Do you want to talk a little bit? Obviously, it's prom, but what can people expect when they come out to this event?
Yeah, so we actually have 2 different ranges of tickets. So we have a $25 ticket for general admission, and then we have a VIP ticket that's $85. So both spectrums. And then you come to prom, we will have a prom pictures. We will also have a photo booth. Nicholas Pickles will be playing some tunes for us, and we'll be dancing. But yeah, we're just looking for a fun, exciting night.
And when and where is this happening?
Yes, it'll be, go ahead.
November 23rd, so next Saturday. 6:30 is VIP admission, 7 for general admission, goes to 11 at Events by Stolet.
Okay, all righty. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. This is, a heavy topic, but it needs to be talked about and bring awareness, and also just educating people on what the signs are. So thank you for coming in.
Thank
Viewers,
you.
this event is happening on November 23rd. You can get tickets and more information by visiting winkbuffalo.com. Thanks again for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.